Welcome to 3 different designs where I draw 3 different things, and today we are going to design 3 different summer outfits. It has been summer for a very long time, so it is a bit late for this type of video, but it's still summer, it's still hot, and I think it's still appropriate. So let's get started. So there's really not much to say about this. Everything is pretty arbitrary. As you can tell, I always start off with a sketch layer. So anything I do, I always sketch it out first to get my ideas out, see what I like, see what I don't like, and then I'll go over it with like color or line art. If I'm painting, I'll go over it with paints. But yeah, there's really not much to say right now. I'm just going over my ideas and fixing little things like anatomy and stuff like that. And I have been working on my anatomy. I know that you can't really see it here, it's not that prominent here, but I have been working a lot on my anatomy, mostly on in my sketchbooks. And I've been trying to focus on the shapes and the forms and trying to make my drawings not so stiff. And I know that you can't see it here again because mostly I was just trying to concentrate on the design itself, but I have been putting a lot of mileage and a lot of effort in anatomy, and I'm just going back to my core basics, really. I do plan on being a professional concept artist one day, so this is basically just practice for me, and I think it's really fun. I think it's a really cute idea to do this, and I do want to make this a series. So if you have any ideas or suggestions on what I could design next, that would be really awesome. I was thinking of designing hairs, 3 different hairstyles, or 3 different outfits, but for guys instead. I do draw a lot of girls, and a lot of people have told me that. I do like drawing girls more than guys, just because they have more curves and they're a lot more fun to draw, and guys are a bit more stiff, but they can still be fun to draw, so I'm not going to discriminate, and I'm going to actually go on and do some designs for guys as well. So yeah, I would love to hear some ideas from you, and I do, like I said, I want to keep going with this. So back to the drawing itself. Right now I'm sort of just adding a color palette for each character. I want to see what each character would look like with a certain color palette, and it looks like that I've found something that I sort of like with the first one. She's almost done, so I'm just leaving her alone for a while. And yeah, you know what, the third one is my favorite. I love how it came out at the very end, and you'll see that at the very end, but I love how curvy she is. So yeah, I'm trying not to again be so stiff with my art, but it's a bit difficult when you're trying so hard to juggle so many things at once, like your design and the outfits and all those different things. But I think that's part of the experience, that's part of learning, which I'm enjoying very much. Yeah, so right now I'm basically just going over the characters and trying to make them look as neat as possible. I'm not usually a very neat artist. I love sketching, I love the sketchy feel, but I'm trying to make this as neat and tidy as I can. And with that, I use the lasso tool a lot and the pen tool. So what I do is I sort of outline the character with the lasso or the pen tool, and then I select it, and then I reverse select it, so everything around it will be erased, like little marks or little colors, that are not supposed to be there. I might make a video on those little things, but they're fairly easy to find, and you'll usually like learn this kind of stuff the more that you use programs. Yeah, I remember using nothing but Paint Tool SI because I was terrified of Photoshop for the longest time, and it took me, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years to actually get down to Photoshop and just try to use it. And now it's nothing, I don't really use anything else. I don't use Paint Tool SI anymore. Not that I don't think it's a good program, I love the painterly feeling that Photoshop gives you. So I'm currently using Photoshop. By the way, if anyone is asking, this is Photoshop CC, and it is the monthly version, so you pay like $10 a month, which is totally worth it. I used to download Photoshop like old versions. They were free, but I don't recommend that just because you might get a few viruses here and there. But I used to do that when I was like really young, so I recommend that you subscribe to Photoshop Adobe. They have really awesome products, and they're not paying me, by the way. I don't think they sponsor anybody, but yeah, I totally think it's worth it. And if you're looking for some sort of drawing program, Photoshop definitely is like at the top of the list. So I'm going back basically and tidying things up a bit more. We're almost done with the drawings, with the designs, and I think the part that took the longest was really just trying to tidy things up and keep everything neat and legible. And for me, that's like the hardest part for me. So it was pretty fun. I've never actually done anything like this before. I usually just do like sketchy sort of designs, or just things that, you know, like abstract paintings that resemble concepts, which I'm working my best to make sure that they're legible and so you can actually tell what they are. So yeah, we're pretty much done, and yeah, I really want to go ahead and make more of these. I think they're really fun. Again, if you want to see more, you can always suggest what you want to see next. And if you do want to see next, hit that subscribe button, because I am definitely going to make more videos. I know my history is like, oh, she hasn't made a video in like a year, but I am getting back on track, and I do want to keep doing this because I think it's super fun. Alright, and thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much.